From Coronavirus NY, Mayor Adams. Migrant asylum seekers are not getting more than everyday New Yorkers. I don't know about that. I beg to differ. You're quite literally replacing the native New Yorkers with illegal immigrants. They get put up in hotels. They get debit cards. They get food. They get scooters somehow, some way. That's exactly the same as the regular New Yorkers. I don't believe that to be true. And you shouldn't be giving anybody anything. You should just, I don't know, fix the traffic lights, fill the potholes, arrest the criminals. But that's a bridge too far. My name's Eric. This channel is called Report and Opine. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I'm absolutely begging you.
I'm begging you, please. Come on, please.
Because the algorithm is a monster. They want me to stop so bad, but it's not going to happen. So it would help me a lot, and it would cost you nothing to just do those things. And if you want to help me even more and spend a little bit of money, go ahead and buy my book, New York City 2020, Gotham Unglued. It's on Amazon.com. That link will be in the description, and I promise you, it only gets better with age.
My question today is basically just around the migrants. I know that we call them asylum seekers, so that's fine. I will say that to be respectful. But I basically just want to know why.
So she's already playing your game. She is bowing to your request and calling these criminal illegals asylum seekers because it helps you sleep at night, I guess.
Are they gaining so many more benefits than us? As a full-time employee, you know, especially these days, it's very difficult for me to buy groceries, for me to go and get gas, for me to just even go to CVS or Target and buy shampoo for myself. But
absolutely. And quite literally, everything is locked up. And as somebody who lived in New York for many years and was in the real estate industry, I do know that you have to come up with 9 times out of 10, you have to come up with 40 times the rent. So you basically have to make $200,000 a year to live in a 1-bedroom apartment semi-comfortably. Or you could just pop over the border and they're going to put you up in a hotel with a hot plate and give you some PB&J. And then you're going to complain about that. And you're going to protest. And you're going to declare, we're not leaving.
We are following breaking news out of Hell's Kitchen right now, where a group of migrants is refusing to leave a hotel on West 57th Street. The Watson Hotel is a men's-only shelter. And in a plan announced by Mayor Eric Adams last week, they are supposed to relocate to the Brooklyn Cruise Terminal, but many are refusing to go.
It's a hostile takeover.
these migrants are given free debit cards, free food stamps, free housing. I understand that they're struggling, but so are we, and we're not getting anything. So I just want to know, how could we...
In fact, they are taking from you and giving to them because these weirdo politicians think they're like corrupt Democrat Robin Hoods or something.
You know, do more for us, not necessarily less for them, but, you know, more in a sense that it'll make it a little easier on all of us too.
So let's peel that back, because oftentimes we respond to what we read, and we need to peel it back. First of all, that was one of the biggest things that I had. My challenge was when this first started in 2022, April of 2022. Was it April 2022 or 2020?
Okay, yeah, now he's filibustering here. But it doesn't matter. We all remember the tweets, Eric, right? New York City will remain a sanctuary city. And Governor Kathy Hochul, we are going to protect the migrants. We will house you and shelter you and protect you.
We want people to come here, despite where they came from or despite the circumstances that drove them to this country and to this state. We say you are welcome here. We are welcome with open arms, and we'll work to keep you safe. We'll not only house you, but we'll protect you.
Right? We're going to virtue signal through the roof, and even when it comes back to bite us, they don't really care because they're going to get away scot-free.
2022. God, where's time going? People were saying, Eric, why are you giving everything away to the migrants and asylum seekers? And when we opened our first HERC on Randall's Island, I think it was Randall's Island, when we opened our first HERC on Randall...
He's not sure about anything. He's just buying himself a couple extra seconds every time. Oh, well, what year was it? Where was it? Bro, spit it out.
Island, there was a homeless shelter that was run by USA Shelters. The people who were in that shelter, they said, you got them over there in the tent, and they have, you know, everything over there, right? And I said, you know what? I want you to come with me, because I used to visit all the shelters. I want you to come with me, and you can look, and if you like it, you can stay in there also. They looked inside, and they saw a cot.
Oh, yeah. So I guess what he's kind of doing here between all the filibustering is saying that, yeah, we put them up in tents and makeshift shelters, but those were terrible, right? Do you want to live there? So we're giving them free stuff, but it's so bad. I guess that makes it better. What?
They saw outdoor bathrooms, outdoor showers. They said, wait a minute, I want to go back to my own shelter. That's next door. Migrants and asylum seekers are not getting more than everyday New Yorkers. You look at these locations that they're in, I don't even like people living in these conditions because I believe.
Yep. So there you have it, right? Yeah, we're giving them free stuff. We're putting them up for free, but it's really disgusting, right? So you got it pretty good.
Believe people should be living not in a homeless environment. When the child grows up in a homeless shelter, they're less likely to graduate from high school. And you know what I say? If you don't educate, you will incarcerate.
It doesn't fit. If it doesn't fit, you must acquit.
And then when you look at, everyone was talking about the mocha cards. They were not credit cards. We were spending hundreds of millions of dollars on food that we're required by law to feed. When we did an analysis of it,
Required by law, but you guys don't really respect any of the other laws, right? These illegals are riding around on mopeds, stolen mopeds, using fake SSNs, attacking cops. But yeah, we're not, we're not going to uphold those laws. But, if the law tells us that we have to feed the illegals, then we got to feed the illegals.
10% of it was being wasted because people were not eating the food because they didn't like the food.
So what? Right? Go back home then. Well, we had to change. We were giving them free stuff, but they didn't like it, so we had to change the free stuff that they were given. But don't worry, it's still worse than what you're getting, even though you're a native New Yorker and you live in a one-bedroom with a view of a barbed wire fence. You'd rather that than go live in the tent shed and get moldy bread, Fire Festival type food.
What we discovered through the deputy mayor and through my chief of staff and my first deputy mayor is that we found a company called Mocafy that instead of telling people, here's the food and buying it from large corporations outside our city, we said, here's the debit card. We did a pilot program. Here's a debit card. You're going to get $13 a day for your 3 meals, and you can shop in the local bodegas, the local drugstores, the local supermarkets, so the money can stay within the community. We saved $600,000 a month.
No, you didn't. You did not. You were still giving them free stuff. And if they didn't like what they were provided, you could have said, too bad, leave.
$7.2 million a year, and the money is recycled locally in our community. That is what you call smart management, and that is why they raised our bond rating. Now, migrants cannot get WIC. Migrants cannot get SNAP. Migrants cannot get home vouchers.
Absolutely not. So what they're going to do is take it by force.
There's all these things they don't qualify that long-term New Yorkers qualify. So there was a myth out there that we were giving more to the migrants and asylum seekers. No, New Yorkers are...
You provided them with housing. That was enough. That's more than you're giving any homeless New Yorkers. Go to Penn Station. Right? Go to downtown Brooklyn. There's homeless people all over the place. It's almost getting as bad as San Francisco. So just that one thing is more than a native New Yorker or long-term New Yorker.
Still getting those services that they're supposed to get. You wanted to say something?
The other thing I wanted to say was just the fact that, okay, yes, and I do agree with all that, and I think it's fantastic.
No, this is why. You have this girl who, wants to take a stance and ask some hard-hitting questions, and then she basically backs down at the end of it. Oh, yeah, I agree with all that. What? No, you don't. He just lied right to your face. That they're not getting more than New Yorkers, and even if they are, the stuff that we're giving them is worse than what you got, so you should be thankful. And she's like, oh, I agree with that. What?
Fantastic. However, I am working, and I am not working enough still, and I'm still not able to have those SNAP benefits or the WIC or whatever it may be because I'm considered making too much. How's that fair to us?
No. Great question. So when we came into office, because Mommy raised 6 of us on her own. She was a food service worker at a day.
Okay. And now he's going to play the victim card. He's going to filibuster and tell all these stories and kind of recall, come up with the correct recollection for all this time when it started and buy himself a little bit of time, and now he's going to tell a story about how he grew up.
Care center. I knew what the kids ate every day because she would bring recycled aluminum foil and Tupperware bowls and keep their leftovers. So, we know what it is to struggle. What did we do when we came into office? We went to Albany and partnered with Andrew Lanza and Jennifer Rajkumar. We raised the earned income tax rate the first time in over 20 years. I made sure I settled my union contracts for hard-working union members, and I'm a fighter for union members to get the contracts that they deserve. I made sure that we gave reduced fare MetroCard payments to bring down the cost of those who are not all the way at the poverty level, but still are struggling. So when you see all of these initiatives that we've done, well, we said, how can we put money back in the pockets of working class New Yorkers like you? That's what we have continued to do and expand to do. We know it's hard. We know you're struggling. We know inflation is kicking our rear. We got it. And we have done everything possible to say within our means, let's not raise our taxes to working class New Yorkers. Let's try to find ways we can partner with Albany to put money back in the pockets of everyday New Yorkers. Because when I hear your story, I hear the story of Dorothy Mae Adams, who raised 6 children, and she had to struggle every day. We're with you. I'm a blue-collar mayor.
No, you're not. You're the nightlife mayor, constantly out partying.
My question today.
Okay. Well, all he did was gaslight and basically tell her that we are trying hard to usher in communism. But in New York, everything is so terrible that we know how bad you have it. We're not going to help you at all. But just keep in mind that what the migrants get, that we give them out of your pocket, that's even worse. And that's supposed to be the solution. But on the plus side, if you can call it that, glass half full, silver lining type stuff, I don't think it's actually working. I am an immigrant. I came here legally. Been working since I was a teenager, pay my taxes, and help hold a household. Never asked or was given anything by the government. If they seek asylum, fine. But put them to work, clean parks, clean subway stations, make them earn the help they get. I wouldn't go that far, but this is New York. And then this guy says, I don't want the government to give me anything. I just want them to stop taking from us. Spot on. I'm sorry, but you're giving them $1,000 a month and, quote, everyday New Yorkers are not getting that. Yeah. And no ID or vaccination records necessary to be in school. Seriously? I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but there's obviously levels of hypocrisy here. I didn't get a rent-free apartment, healthcare, cell phone, or debit card. And I am a New Yorker, born and raised. So they know. Last time I checked, I got to work a 9 to 5 so they can live the same life as us. Thank you for the repost. It's a joke how he continues to lie to our face. They took the mic from me, but I still was letting him know he's lying. Yeah, so they see through it, right? It's the same thing in California. Obviously, it's the exact same Democratic corruption playbook, but Gavin Newsom says, oh, well, tourism is up and we're making $1 million, billion, trillion. Yeah, but everything costs more. Gav, it's inflation. And he knows he's not a moron. He's quite literally evil. Him and, Aunt Nancy. I never know if it's aunt or aunt. They're literally getting a monthly allowance, free rent, and work visas. Asylum seekers get a home to stay at. I think that itself proves they get more than us New Yorkers. And you are ceding ground every time you use this stupid phrase, asylum seeker. But I guess that's how you have to get them to even listen to you. Like the girl said in the video, we're going to call them asylum seekers just out of respect. Well, you should stop. That's why they're running roughshod over the mayor and you, is because you are capitulating to their demands. I'm not getting $1,400 a month. Why are my kids unable to get into Summer Rising for the summer? Because the seats are reserved for migrants. They were able to get into, okay, whatever. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. And we all know the story about how the migrants took over the gymnasium and the kids couldn't go to school. We all know the story about how the migrants took over the soccer field and the kids couldn't play soccer. It goes on and on and on. But when this lady asks, even plays by his rules and asks him a fairly solid question, he just lies directly to your face. And the fact that it's even gotten this far, that you are posing questions like this to a mayor of a major American city, basically means it's already been lost.